What's up, guys? Just want to show you how to sharpen a recurve blade, such as this little cricket that I just cleaned, on a bench stone. And I also have a ceramic rod here as well, just to give you another example of how to do this. Now, first off, let me show you with the rod. It's going to be a lot easier to use something that's cylindrical like this, or say the Spyderco Sharp Maker, because you have finer points which can ride in and out of these curves. Okay, this is the recurve blade. You can see it kind of puffs out, then comes back in. It's kind of a, when you're looking at from this point, an S shape. But of course, if you're using a flat stone, you figure, how am I going to sharpen all those little, nooks and crannies and such? Well, with a ceramic rod, you're going to sharpen as you would anything else. If you hold it straight, you want to keep your angle on these Spydercos at about 15 degrees per side. You don't have to be precise on this. Believe me, it gets nice and sharp either way. But if you are doing this for the first time, you want to go nice and easy, nice and slow. And if you need some kind of an angle guide, go ahead and do so as well, just so you don't, botch it up. Because if you're way too steep like this, of course, you're just going to, dull your blade and round it off. And if you're way too shallow, you're just going to end up scratching the side of your blade. And a lot of times you'll see a very unprofessional sharpening job. There'll be tons of scratches just all over the blade because people have it too low. But anyway, with a ceramic rod, I'll go nice and slow to show you this. I'll give you this angle here, but really, I'm like that. What I want to do is you start off towards the base here, like any other knife. Now, as I go forward, you'll see it rides inside of the blade shape. Alright, nice and slow. So it doesn't matter what the blade shape is, whatever kind of organic curves you have, or if it's just straight. It's going to sharpen the entire length of the edge. Alright, and then of course you flip it over, do the same on the other side. But the question here is, how do I do that with my flat bench stone? Here's one of my old stones. This is actually my grandfather's. Don't know when this was actually made. But anyway, 7x2x1. On the back here it says to wash with kerosene. Niagara Falls, New York is where this is made. But anyway, many decades old, this stone, and still kicking just fine. You can see there's a coarse side on the bottom here and a finer side on top. Now, usually we would take our knife, and with our bench stone we would keep our angle here and go across, and some people do. I really, as far as method, I really don't have a preference. I do all kinds of stuff, guys. I'll do single strokes like you'll see. I'll do back and forth. Sometimes I'll do little circles. It really just doesn't matter. It depends on whatever mood I'm in, I guess. But it all works. If you have a very coarse edge, like if you're using the coarse side, you don't want to just do random patterns. You do want to do the long strokes because you're going to see a lot of that grinding on your edge as well. But once you get to a fine side, it doesn't really matter. It's just my opinion. But anyway, what we're going to do here, very simple, is we're going to cant the stone. And we're going to be using this edge. Okay, we have a nice fine edge here. So just as we would use the ceramic stone, use the edge here. Okay, keep your angle and let it ride across. You'll see that it grips all down in the curves of the blade. You don't have to worry about it being missing a portion of the edge. And of course you want to follow that on the other side. And when you're sharpening a knife, basically what you want to try to do or imagine to make your life a little easier, because some people have a hard time kind of getting around the concept of angles and, am I doing this wrong? How high, how low? You want to imagine yourself just basically just skinning just a tiny layer of the stone off. That's how I've always been taught by professionals. Just imagine that you're just trying to cut just a very thin layer off. That's pretty much it. But anyway, the whole concept here is, instead of using the flat stone, just cant it a little bit and use the edge. Of course, we have 4 working edges here, but we're not going to be using this side because it's such a short run, although I can if I wanted to with this short blade. But that's basically it. Use the edge of the stone here, the corner. Now, you can use this for serrations if you wanted to. And in fact, at this point, I'm going to give a shout out to another YouTuber who I had just seen a video on him doing this, which was kind of ironic. It was a good timing, I guess, for that. But anyway, CutleryNovice, great guy. He subscribes to my channel. Always has you know, very smart things to say. Very knowledgeable. He's an upcoming knife connoisseur, if you will. No, but he really reminds me of me at that age. Just really into it. Not just into knives just because they're cool or, you know, they're useful, but really getting to know the mechanics, the science behind blades, how they function, what makes this good. You know, he does good knife reviews, and I just want to give him a shout out. A total random shout out, but he just literally put up a video showing how he sharpens his serrations, and he does it the same way. And I thought that was funny timing, but anyway, yeah, just continue with this, and you're good to go. So that's how you sharpen recurve blades on a bench stone. Just use the corner. So anyway, alright, well, I just want to finish this off because this stone isn't fine enough for my liking, so I'm going to finish off with this ceramic rod. Now this isn't a fine ceramic rod, it is a medium to fine, but you could further this, you know, the sharpness of this blade afterwards. But anyway, what I'm going to do for this, and I know some people are going to watch this and they're going to think, that is not the right way to do it. Well, it's always worked for me, and it gets the knives nice and sharp. So anyway, this is the back and forth. You'll see a lot of people just do the, you know, very careful, calm, slow, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I would really suggest doing that if you don't, you know, if you haven't done this before or you're new to this, just stick with that. Now also, when I come back towards myself, you'll see that this is not a technique that I would suggest to anyone because you're cutting towards your hand. I'm not going to cut myself. I promise you that. But don't do this at home. I'm just trying to give you a perspective as to what I do. But anyway, this back and forth, as long as you keep your angle straight, it will be totally fine. Get that tip. I'm trying to do this to save time. You can hear from my voice, I'm not speeding the video up. This is just me sharpening somewhat fastly. The other side here. Again, just keeping the angle straight, it'll be fine. You can see the steel on the stone, so we'll rotate it a little bit, get a fresh spot here. I'll do a cut test for you in just a second here. Hopefully you can see this. Razor sharp. Anyway, there's an easy way to sharpen your recurve blades on a bench stone. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.